Children, today we are going to learn how to integrate by parts, how to do integration by parts by using by parts methods. So let's see, suppose we have to integrate two functions and two functions are given in product form. Suppose u is the first function and v is the second function, right? And we have to integrate uv with respect to x. Then according to by parts, it will be, the formula will be u integration of v dx minus integration bracket open d by dx of first function integration of second function dx to the whole integration, right? So when u is first function and v is second function, the formula of by part states that integration first function integration of second function dx minus integration of d by dx of first function integration of second function to the whole integration. So the question is, which function is the first function and which function is the second function? So generally we follow this Eilert rule for picking up the first function. So whenever two functions are given, so if inverse and logarithmic function are given, then inverse function will generally take as first function. So Eilert is rule introduced to select the first function from the given two functions. There are few points that we need to keep in mind. Okay. First point is we're going to apply this Eilert rule. Second point is the constant term. Whenever we suppose we integrate one, that the answer will be x plus c or something, right? Suppose integrate cos x, the answer will be sin x plus c. So whenever we are integrating here, so the answer, this constant c will be added in the final answer. Do not add like here when you are adding this first integration, then add c. Okay. When we calculate, when we get the final answer, then we are going to add the constant. And the third point that we need to keep in mind, that this by parts is not always applicable. Integration by part is not always applicable in like product function. Say in this product function fx is root x cos x. So here the by parts is not applicable. Why? Because the derivative of this function root x cos x is does not exist, right? So sometimes it happens that in product function the by parts is not applicable, right? It is not like always applicable. So what is the integration by parts? When two functions are given in product form, we are integrating two functions given in product form. This is first function, this is second function. So what is the formula? First function integration of second function dx minus integration bracket open d by dx. So first function integration of second function to the whole integration. All right. Note down these points, please. Okay, children, let's see few sums so that we could understand the topic more clearly. Like here, we have to integrate x sec square x. X sec square x we have to integrate with respect to x. So whenever this is x is an algebraic function and sec x is a trigonometric function. So according to Eilert, the first function will be algebraic and second function will be trigonometric function. So first function integration of second function dx minus d by dx of first function integration of second function to the whole integration. So when we integrate sec x, what we'll get? Tan x, and d by dx of x is 1. Integration of sec square x is tan x, and integration of sec x is log, integration of tan x is log sec x, mod of sec x. So the answer will be x tan x minus log mod of sec x plus c. Alright children, let's see another sum. Here we have to integrate log x with respect to x. So there is only one function, so we can write this log x as 1 into log x. Okay, so this log x will become the first function and 1 will become the second function. So what is the integration by parts? First function integration of second function dx. So it will be log x integration of 1 dx minus d by dx of first function, that is d by dx of log x integration of 1 dx to the whole integration. So this will become integration of 1 will be x, integration of log x will be, differentiate d by dx of log x will be 1 by x, integration of 1 will be x. So this x and x will get cancelled. We get 1 here. Integration of 1 with respect to x is x. So it will be x log x minus x plus c. Alright children, please note down. Okay children, let's see another sum. Now in this sum we have to integrate 2x cube into e to the power x square dx. Alright. Now this 2x cube can be written as x square into 2x dx. Let's see why I have written. I'm going to assume x square as t. So when we differentiate both sides with respect to x, what we'll get? 2x dx equals to dt. So this 2x dx will become dt. And x square we have assumed as t. This will become e to the power t. Now this is algebraic and this is exponential function. So when we apply integration by parts, it will become first function integration of second function minus d by dt of t, that is in differentiation of first function integration of second function to the whole integration. So when we integrate e to the power t, we'll get e to the power t back. D by dt of t will be 1. E to the power t will be integration of e to the power t will be e to the power t with respect to t. Again we'll get e to the power t from here. So you can see that on substituting the value of t, we'll get x square into e to the power x square minus e to the power x square plus c. So we can take e to the power x square common. We'll get e to the power x square bracket x square minus 1 plus c. Alright children, please note down the solution. Okay, let's see another sum children. In this sum we have to integrate sine inverse bracket open 3x minus 4x cube bracket close dx. Okay, if you see that 3x minus 4x cube, if we assume that x equals to sine theta, then the value of theta will be sine inverse x. And if we differentiate this first term, x equals to sine theta, we'll get dx equals to cos theta d theta. And when we substitute x equals to sine theta here, we'll get the result as sine inverse in bracket 3 sine theta minus 4 sine cube theta and dx as cos theta d theta. So this is written children the formula of sine 3 theta. So this will become integration of sine inverse sine 3 theta cos theta d theta. Sine inverse of sine theta will be theta. We studied inverse trigonometric function. So what we'll get 3 theta here. 3 is constant. I've written outside the integration sign. So this is what 3 integration of theta cos theta d theta. First function, second function. Integration by parts we are applying. So what we'll get here? Bracket 3 bracket open. First function which is theta integration of cos theta d theta minus integration of bracket open d by d theta of theta integration of cos theta d theta bracket close d theta, that is different d by dx of d by d theta of first function integration of second function to the whole integration. We know that the integration of cos theta is sine theta. So this will become 3 bracket open theta sine theta minus d by d theta. If we differentiate theta with respect to theta, we'll get 1. Integration of cos theta is sine theta, right? And again when we have to integrate sine theta, we'll get cos theta. So the result that we'll get is theta bracket open theta sine theta plus cos theta plus c. Alright children. So if we substitute the value of theta here, it will be 3x sine inverse x plus 3 cos of sine inverse x plus c. So sine inverse x can be written as cos inverse under root 1 minus x square. So cos of cos inverse theta will be cos only theta. So the result will be 3x sine inverse x plus 3 under root 1 minus x square plus c. Alright children. Note down the solution please. Okay children, let's see another sum. In this sum we have to integrate cos of log x dx. Okay children, this is a bit lengthy sum. Try to understand it clearly. Be very attentive. First thing that we'll assume is let cos x base e equals to t. If cos x base e equals to t, we have assumed that means the value of x can be written as e to the power t. We have converted this exponential logarithmic to exponential function. On differentiating with respect to x, both sides will get 1 upon x dx equals to dt. So the value of dx will be x dt. Substituting the value of x that we have calculated, it will be dx equals to e to the power t dt. Okay children. Now we got the value of dx in terms of t. Let's substitute the values of x. So this will become cos t. In place of dx, it will be e to the power t dt. Now I have assumed this whole integral as I. So the value of I on applying ILATE, it will be, this is first function and this is second function. First function integration of second function minus d by dt of first function integration of second function to the whole integration. So integration of e to the power t with respect to t, it will be e to the power t. D by dt of cos t will be minus sin t. So this minus will become plus. It will become integration of sin t e to the power t dt. Now again we are applying ILATE here, integration by parts here, because again trigonometric exponential function are in product form and we have to integrate these terms. So how we are going to integrate? By applying by parts. So let's say this is first function, this is second function, first function integration of second function. This will come as it is. Integration bracket open d by dt of sin t integration of e to the power t dt to the whole integration. We know that integration of e to the power t, it will be e to the power t sin t. Integration of d by dt of sin t, it will be cos t e to the power t dt. Right. Now this e to the power t cos t dt we have assumed as I. So in place of this we can put I. When we transfer this minus I that side, it will become I plus I 2i. E to the power t taking common and substituting the value of t as log x, we'll get e to the power log x, sin log x, cos log x. Okay. On cross multiplying 2, what we'll get? E to the power log x is, that's mean x written, right? E to the power log base e, log x base e, it will be x. So it will become x by 2, sin log x plus cos log x plus c. Alright, sir. So note down the solution, please.